Alright folks, the first in line of the Glaxon Season 2 launches was a bit of an ugly stepchild who tasted a little bit funky and desperately needed some help. So without further delay, let's get right into Plasm Surge on this episode of V1 versus V2. Now, if you tried our previous version of Plasm Surge, the formula was a classic take on the traditional mechanisms of nitric oxide production. And although it was a little off-tasting, there are now several improvements, and we've made a non-stim pump product that we're truly proud of. And historically, Plasm Surge used to be one of our underperforming products, so that naturally obligated us to give it some highly needed attention. Now, when you compare Plasm Surge V1 to V2, taking a look at the micronutrient panel, there was just the original proto-electrolyte blend that was due to evolve. You'll notice that the electrolyte blend is actually composed of a variation of our new product Astrolite, and you'll notice that it has a presence across multiple Glaxon products like Xeno and Specimen and Tranquility. And one notable add is that since the Astrolite electrolyte blend contains sodium chloride, the chloride has now been added to the list of micronutrients there in the top portion of the supplement facts panel. Now, Plasm Surge V1, like Specimen V1, featured a glycerol 65%, but this ingredient was proved to be a little problematic in several different ways, which is why we removed it. But the real question that we should be asking is glycerol 65% really the best we can do for pump? I personally don't think so, and instead of going those routes, we took a look back at some of the traditional methods of boosting nitric oxide and decided to harness those much more effectively than we had previously. In Plasm Surge V1, we had a starting dose of L-Citrulline at 6,000 milligrams per full serving, and we decided to conserve that in Plasm Surge V2, even though it might be hard to really decipher with the 2,800 milligrams of Kiowa quality L-Citrulline, and then another 1,200 milligrams of Kiowa quality L-Citrulline in the patented Velox blend, with another 2,000 milligrams that are in the patented Setria Preformance blend, but all 6,000 milligrams are actually still there. Though the vasodrive AP and L-ornithine levels remain unchanged, an extremely helpful upgrade to this formula was the licensing of the Setria Performance blend. And although we chose to use NAC previously in Plasm Surge V1, that's actually the precursor to Setria glutathione that's featured in Plasm Surge V2. And doing this greatly improved our ability to flavor Plasm Surge into something that's way more palatable and way less sulfury. And while still promoting the formation of S-nitrosoglutathione that creates those great pumps that last long after your workout is finished. So that's it. This has been your latest in the Glaxon Season 2 updates. Tune in again for more information on the future formulation changes and V2 tweaks on the next episode of V1 versus V2.